just really guided to come on here, and my theme is freedom. I want to talk and share about freedom with you, with us together. And there's the theme around intuition. There's the theme around listening. My inner guidance was super strong today to come on. And subsequently, into my awareness came more of the specifics of the astrology of today's new moon. But my point is that's not what guides. And it's our inner compass that brings us to freedom. And such a big part of this human journey is like digging this compass out from underneath the muck, uncovering it. There's so many false reflections, and there's so much noise and so much distortion that we create. How do we find what's true? The book of the heart is the only book. The book of the heart is the only book. Talking about freedom, we're talking about an inner revolution that is not and can never be separate from humanity, from external circumstances, but it is not created by it. It's an inside job. I shared a few pieces below my earlier post about some of the astrology from Stoic, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but brilliant writing about all of this, and about the movements with Aquarius and the movements in collective consciousness. And there is so much about our uniqueness that, again, has been hijacked by shadow into these hideous distortions of individualism and separatism, and each one for themselves. It's not true. It doesn't bear any semblance of truth to what we actually are as expressions of freedom incarnate, as embodiments of love. The revolution is an inward one, and it has its expression and correlation in the external revolution. But again, it's not defined by it. May be catalyzed by it. It may take great upheavals in the apparent outer to break through some of the restrictions, some of the imprisonments in our own psyche and in our own energetics. And I'm talking about multiple levels here when I'm talking about freedom, that include the psychological, include the emotional, include what we call the spiritual. And ultimately are really about the returning recognition of our own heart and soul as what is and what has always been. Living in and through a body, meeting other bodies, meeting trees and rocks and plants and buildings and the sky and the sun, and all of the interchanges that get to happen in this incredible play that we're in. So if anything, in my own continuing mining and reclaiming and claiming, I'm offering the invitation and the support to know what is true. What is true beneath all of the structures. We can keep dropping and dropping and dropping. As we start to undo and as we start to dig, then what do we meet? As well as indescribable beauty, we meet the false, we meet the overlays of programming, the false beliefs, the prisons of egoic structures and societal structures and ancestral structures that we have brought in literally in our physiology. And many of us here, and certainly if you're watching this, you are one, are here for evolution and revolution, inner evolution, outer evolution. It becomes one and the same. The more the inner, when I say evolution, I mean, it's a paradox because we are already divine in our truth, in our home. We are already infinite. We are already everything. And as everything, nothing, all that is, there is an integral evolution. In one place, it's a very solitary pursuit. It's a very solitary and unique experience, for want of a better word, of life, as source, as the eternal. Knowing, meeting itself, excuse me, through a body, through a lens, through many lenses, through all the streams of our soul consciousness that come through different galaxies and stars, come through this one unique being. The truth that there literally is no being anywhere in any of all existence, nor has there ever been, that is precisely and exactly and uniquely what you are. And that's simultaneously a wonder and a heartbreak. Meeting this aloneness simultaneously with oneness, but not running from the fire. It's such a golden key to our sovereignty. If we are unique, not special, we're utterly, utterly ordinary. Don't let the ego pick that one up. Whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you're not doing, you're utterly, utterly ordinary. And this is actually the beauty. This is the truth. This is the freedom to being anything, needing to be anything. And then we fold this back into our realization of our being. In, if this is so, what does this being choose to give? How does this being choose to serve? What is the joy, the soul, and the interconnectedness with the whole field of human consciousness? Intuition is not only personal, if you like. Some of us, and many who might resonate with what comes here, are very wired into the, if you like, the collective grids of consciousness, and not only humanity, beyond. We sense, we feel, and we're called. And the evolution is a grand evolution. And the call to freedom is a grand scale call to freedom. And how to bridge so many worlds, and so many worlds that are being thrown at us, primarily to distract, primarily to diffuse one of our greatest powers, which is attention, awareness, presence, aligning our life force, energy, intention in the physical. How to bridge in your unique way, your song, your flavor, not what's broadcast, not what's sold, all of the hooks that there are to pressure us and draw us in, speaking to human psychology and to so many parts of our shadow or our child. The book of the heart is the only book. It's eternal. Its pages turn in the wind. The words are written in blood and gold and stardust. We are this book. Be free.